We'd been on the road here and there for about a month since Nebraska and our encounter with the Alkali Lake monster, checking out leads, debating our next investigation, that sort of thing. Plans changed one night when I got a call from Annie. Well, the call itself wasn't anything new. We'd been talking every day since we started, dating. But this time, her tone was different.
Lucas, we need to talk.
About what?
I don't want you to worry, but you guys need to come back here as soon as you can.
Like, to your house? Wait, what's wrong?
I'm okay. It's not like an emergency. It's just, I really need to talk to you both in person. I'll explain everything when you get here, I promise.
Okay, but you're safe though. You're not in any danger?
No, I'm fine. Just get here when you can.
Alright. 1 sec. We can be there in 2 days. 1 if we don't sleep.
No, please, sleep. 2 days is fine. I'll see you soon.
Since we weren't in the middle of any other active investigations, it was easy enough to plot a new course, and so we headed back towards Oklahoma. You don't think she wants to break up, do you?
Dude, no way. You've only been together, 3 months? And you guys talk every night. She still likes you. She wouldn't make us drive all this way just so she could end a 3-month relationship in person. Besides, didn't she say she wanted to talk to both of us?
Yeah.
Well then, unless she wanted to stop being my friend too, I don't think she would need to tell us both.
Oh, right. That's fair. I'm just worried. I have no idea what this could be about.
Hey, don't overthink things. I don't know either, but whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be fine.
You sure?
Positive.
Thanks.
Anytime. Lucas and Annie sitting in a tree. Kissing.
We made good time on the road, and the next day, when we were only about 6 hours away from Lawton, I asked Mia if we could make a short pit stop at a nearby mall.
Okay, so what are we doing here?
I wanted to get Annie something.
Oh, why?
No reason, I just wasn't expecting I'd get to see her again so soon.
Alright. What are you getting her?
Well, I'm not sure, actually. Haven't done this relationship stuff in a long time. I was hoping you could help.
Okay, sure. Let's see. Any ideas to start with? Broad strokes?
I was thinking maybe jewelry? Is that too cliche? I mean, nothing extravagant, but, still, something nice.
Not a bad idea. You could do a necklace, maybe? Or some earrings?
Ooh, earrings. Yeah, I like that. Good idea.
In that case, let's check the map. Okay, we're here, and... Yep, this way. Let's go.
With Mia's help and guidance, I made my purchase, and once we were done at the store, we got right back on the road. And a few hours later, we were finally back at Annie's house.
Good to see you two. Sorry, you three.
Good to see you too. So, what's wrong? What's going on?
It's a long story. Come inside and bring one of your cages.
Oh, okay. We got one of our metal animal crates from the back of the car, and Annie led us inside. We stopped at a door that I knew from our last visit led down into the basement.
So, a few days ago, I heard this huge racket coming from downstairs. Obviously, I went down to see what was going on, and I realized some animal had gotten into the house. Winnie had found it, and she was chasing it all over the place. I managed to grab Winnie and get her back up here and close the door. And then I went back down to see what it was.
What was it, a squirrel or something?
You could have just called animal control. Unless... Wait, is it a cryptid? Is that why you called us?
Well, sort of. You'll see. It's too big to get out, so for now it's just sort of trapped down there. In the meantime, I've been throwing scraps down so it doesn't starve or anything.
But it's still down there.
Yeah, I can hear it scrambling around.
Okay, well, let's get to it. Since we would be confined to close quarters in the basement, and we weren't sure what exactly we were dealing with, we put on heavy gloves and coats for protection. Descending the stairs, we could already hear the scratch of paws skittering around the floor. Annie didn't give us any more descriptions of the creature, but the plan was for me to corral it towards Mia, and then Mia would grab it and put it inside the cage. Annie followed behind us, armed with a tennis racket, mostly just to make sure that the basement door stayed closed while we tried to catch it. We couldn't see the creature, but we followed the sounds it made and moved in closer. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, go. Got it!
That is the biggest rat I've ever seen.
Yeah, seriously. Sorry, Annie. No offense, but why did you call us for this?
Look at its tail.
If I can get a good look. Oh.
Oh? What oh?
That's no rat. It's a rat king.
The rat was a solid 2 feet long. It thrashed around the cage, making it hard to pick out details, but as we paid attention to its tail, we realized that it was connected in a knotted mess to the tails of at least a dozen other smaller rats.
This is all my fault.
Wait, what? Why? What's a rat king?
A rat king it's a bad omen.
An omen? Seriously?
Yeah. Look, there's something I haven't told either of you. Come on.
With the Rat King now safely secured inside the cage, we returned upstairs and Annie sat us down. After a moment of awkward silence, she finally started speaking.
Before I tell you, I asked you guys to come here because I needed you to see the Rat King with your own eyes, so that you would believe me.
What? About what? Of course we would believe you. Annie, what's going on?
My sisters, my coven.
The ones online, right?
Yeah. Well, first of all, they all have real powers.
Like ours?
They're not all exactly the same, but yeah. That's what drew me to them in the first place a few years ago. And don't get me wrong, everything was great for a while, but eventually I started getting a bad feeling about them. For a while, I wasn't sure what to do, if I was just imagining things, but then the Rat King confirmed my fears. It convinced me to finally tell you guys the truth.
The truth about what? What have they done?
Nothing yet. Their powers, it's not enough for them. They want more. I gotta admit, that sounded great at first. I mean, Mia, you get it, right? Being a woman, we've all been ignored or mistreated or passed over at one point or another in our lives. So who wouldn't want more power? Being able to really take control of our lives. That was tempting.
What kind of power?
I don't know, really. None of us do. What I do know is that the Coven learned of this witch that lived hundreds of years ago somewhere here in the country. And she was powerful. Some of the Coven even think that she couldn't be killed. They think she was just locked away somehow by people that feared her. I'm not so sure about that part. Either way, though, she was so powerful that they think we can bring her back, resurrect her, so she can teach us.
Teach you new powers to be stronger?
That's the idea, yeah.
Wait, how long has this been going on?
About a year and a half now. They've been doing all these experiments and testing out spells and stuff to try and work out the details of the ritual. Do you remember Wool?
Wool? The drug?
Oh my god! That was you?
That was them. I strongly objected to hurting the sheep squatch. Ever since I realized you guys were there at the same time, I've been debating whether or not to tell you that the coven was involved.
Wait, if they made wool, why would they want to give powers to more people?
That was just a side effect. It's meant for us to take. Another component of the spell. Help us reach the other side or something. They say the ritual should finally be ready in about a month, but ever since I made a stink about the sheep squatch, they haven't really been forthcoming with any more details. I think it'll probably require more animal sacrifices, and they don't want to tell me.
It could also be worse. Quentin, his Leviathan cult, they worship that shark and killed a lot of people to summon it. Do you think... would your coven be willing to kill people for this power?
At first, I would have said no way. But now? I honestly don't know. Maybe? There's no telling what the ritual might require. I just know that whatever it is, it won't be good. The Rat King confirmed that.
Because it's an omen?
Right.
Okay, but omens? Really? That's just not possible. A rat king in your basement is certainly weird, I'll give you that. But maybe your powers were just like a beacon that lured it here, the same way people have sensed my powers before.
Mia, I know you guys always try to explain everything scientifically, and I appreciate that, but you can't explain everything. Some things really are just magic.
Alright, either way, you're sure something bad is going to happen?
Yeah. And, I mean, even if it's not the ritual itself that's bad, come on, they're trying to bring someone back to life. That's just wrong. It's unnatural, you know? I've just got bad vibes about the whole thing. The Coven used to be a real community. They were a second family to me. Now, though, this ritual is all anyone thinks about. They're obsessed.
In that case, what do we do about it?
We stop them, of course. I mean, I assume that's why you brought us here.
Yeah. I figured if anyone could help me do it, it was you two.
I wish we could just call the cops.
Wait, could we? At the very least, one of them was squatting in that house and making drugs and giving them to people. She was definitely breaking some actual laws there. Annie, do you think you could get enough proof to connect the Coven to that?
I could try, but even if I did, Summer's the only one who was actually there. That's just one person. It would still leave the rest of them.
Right. Okay.
The Ordo?
They might be a bit too trigger-happy.
Yeah, it's not like I want them dead. These people are still my friends.
Of course. Sorry. But I think I will at least email Agent Sawyer, just to see if he's around. It'd be good knowing we could have them on call in case we really needed them.
And you don't know any more details of the plan? This ritual?
No, not really. They're gonna let me know when it's ready and where it's happening. We're all going to meet in person for the first time, and then perform the ritual.
Really not much to go on. Is there anything else you can tell us? Anything at all?
I guess I can tell you what I know about my sisters.
The other witches?
Yeah, let's see. First off, there's Melinda. She's the oldest. Late 50s, I think? Lives on the East Coast. Not that we go by age, but she does basically run the group. Used to be a lawyer, I think. Then, like I said, there's Summer. She was the one that found the sheep squatch and created the wool. She's some kind of biochemical engineer. There's Jessica and Libby. They're twin sisters from Colorado. I talk to them more than anyone else. They just turned 30. Then we've got...
Annie continued to tell us about the other members of the Coven. All told, there were 13 of them, including her. She was also the youngest in the group, which I think may have contributed to not being given all the ritual details. Anyway, after we finished taking down notes on each of the witches, we got back to brainstorming. Since we don't know much about the ritual itself, I think we have to go with infiltration.
What, like a spy?
Exactly. Keep going along with their plan for now. Wait until you hear from them about the big day. Let us know when and where they're meeting up. Go wherever it is, and we'll follow you. In secret, of course. But we'll be your backup. Once you're there and we actually know what's going on, we'll figure out some way to stop it. Do you think you're up for that?
I don't know. You guys face down monsters all the time. I don't know if I can do that.
Hey, we'll be right there with you, every step of the way.
You promise?
I promise.
Okay, then. I guess I can do it. Yeah, it's a plan.
We decided to stick around for a few days just in case there were any more bad omens or anything else out of the ordinary. It wasn't too exciting, but that was fine by me. Just meant that I got to spend more time with Annie. So, since everything is settled for the time being, I got you this.
Oh, Lucas, you shouldn't have.
Really, it's not much. But, they're quartz. I thought, they'd match your crystal.
They're wonderful. Thank you. What is this, celebrating 3 months?
No, since we were getting to see each other again, I just wanted to get you a little something. And I thought, maybe, while we're at it, we could go out to dinner or something? Just you and me?
You mean like an official first date? It would be my pleasure.
So, know any good places to eat around here?
I'm sure we can figure something out.
Annie and I don't need to share all the details of my life, but we did go out to dinner. Mia and I, like I said, spent a few more days there, but nothing else weird happened. So, finally, we got back on the road and took the Rat King with us. We didn't want it finding its way back to Annie, so once we were a few hours outside of town, we found a suitable forest where we could release it.
I always used to think rats were gross, but I think Fritz helped me warm up to them.
Oh, did she just call you a rat girl?
Oh, you know what I mean.
To be fair, though, that one was kind of gross. Rats should not get that big.
No, they shouldn't. Do you believe what Annie said about omens?
Mia, you have psychic powers. We've seen monsters and immortal goatman and even probably aliens. You have got to stop being skeptical. I really don't think we can say anything is impossible anymore. Even straight up magic.
Field notes. Rat King. They're rare, but it happens. Legends of rats with entwined tails go back to at least the Middle Ages. They were indeed regarded as bad omens, probably due to the plague and rats' association with spreading disease. Now, unlike other cryptids, there are actual documented cases of rat kings and preserved specimens around the world. The largest of these contained 32 rats. It's hard to say what exactly causes a rat king, although theories range from sticky materials like sap and excrement to getting tangled in nesting material or even the hair of other animals. Now, granted, all the cases I've been able to find have been made up of normal, similarly sized rats. This one, though, was comprised of one large, primary rat that measured 2 feet long, stuck to approximately 14 other normal-sized rats. That 2-foot measurement does not include tail length because, for obvious reasons, the tail was difficult to measure accurately. Now, for this main rat, maybe it was that big to begin with. Although many cryptids do tend to be larger than average, so maybe this really is the enigma at work. There's really no way to tell, though. I still don't believe in omens, but I certainly hope we don't find another Rat King anytime soon. End field notes.
The Cryptid Cases has been a production of Little Giant Monsters.
You can follow us by searching Little Giant Monsters on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to keep up to date with everything we're working on. We even post a sketch of the latest cryptid every Monday after a new episode.
You can also visit our website, littlegiantmonsters.com, to see all of our content in one place.
While you're there, want our designs on stickers, t-shirts, coffee mugs, and more? We now have merch. Just look for the merchandise link on our website.
If you really like what we're doing and want to see us do more, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Rewards include behind-the-scenes content, bonus material, and more. Search Little Giant Monsters on Patreon or find a link on our website.
You can also help us by leaving a rating and review on iTunes. Not only does each review warm our cold, cynical hearts, but it helps us move up the charts and bring the show to a wider audience.
Your continued support means so much to us. Thanks for listening and see you again soon.